Hi all. I know I said 1:45, but I couldn't wait. You know what I'm like. So I'll just wait for you all to file into chat. And Milo squashes us on the chair. And I will put up our disclaimer. So it rolls across. And that is that. Well, I've been thinking about coming live for a couple of weeks now, but I've been really, really busy. And last week we had our VA Day celebrations. I had to think of what I was doing there. And I came back from that absolutely shattered. So I thought I'll hop into bed instead. So because I was in charge of the tombola table, and that made over £100 on its own. And it's really good to see you two live. I wish I could see you both in the flesh, but yeah. Well, I was also diagnosed last week with diverticulitis, and the doctor gave us some very strong antibiotics. And those antibiotics didn't half give me the oomph I needed. So I definitely needed that oomph, believe you me, because I was feeling pretty damn on the bottom with the pains. So I do feel reinvigorated. Hi, Roy. And it is really good to be back. And I'm going to make them regular. And you can hear the monster in the background. And the little pop-up video I did earlier, I've cleansed the room afterwards. But I will be going in. I wasn't going to go in depth. And I wasn't going to do another video like I said to somebody else last night in another chat. I'm just going to let the monster out. And I'll be back. Here you are, monster. I am feeling a lot better today than what I have been, and my mum and auntie has said I'm starting to look a lot better as well. So I just wish my neighbours would stay in bed very early in the morning. So, and I am spending a lot of time in church. It does. Sure, it does. Because I have a lot of older ladies at church, a couple of which are former nurses. So one of which was saying, make sure you get this sort of antibiotic off your doctor and double up your antibiotics each time you take them. So, and she's been trying to teach us how to sing, and it's not going very well. But have a good laugh about me. I was singing in church, so yeah. So does the vicar. He said he's never heard such bad singing ever. I says, well, welcome to our estate. We're not so good, but yeah. Okay, so I will start. Sorry if you can see the dirt under my nails. Milo, before I start with the prayer, Milo knocked us flying earlier on, and I knocked my flower tower over as well. So I had to pick it all back up because it had my strawberries in it. So, okay. I ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Sandalphon, Archangel Raphael. I was asked that to say the lovely Archangel Raphael there. And Archangel Mary to come forward and offer actual love, healing, and a big warm hug to those who need it. As we continue to celebrate the Our Lady of Fatima week around the world, offer up some prayers to Our Lady of Fatima too, to re-energize her prophecies for the future and bring our children some hope and spirituality. May we pray that anything that's going on around the world right now, from wars to famine, greed, and natural disasters, that they all are brought to an end, and that no one is injured too badly, no one is harmed too badly, and that peace can be brought around. Blessed are the angels that walk amongst us each and every day, offering us calm, serenity, love, and healing. Amen. As it is above, as it is below. Blessed be. Thank you, Sari. Amen. Hallelujah to that, I should say. Hallelujah. Right. Before we get going, I've just done a little catch up with me on how I've been. If I suddenly start belching, I am not being rude. It's not my food either. It's just coming to the end of the condition as my body's getting used to being reintroduced to some of the foods that I had to stay away from for a while. I'm not going to use the spilling the tea because the spilling the tea cards don't need to be used tonight, because spilling the tea is being used quite often now in the court case that we are discussing. I don't need to go really deep because the law of the American land, in particular in New York, are going deeper than deep itself. And I've just had this thought pop into my head as I started shuffling the naughty oracle here. I'll try and get some of those during the week. Sorry, thank you. I've just had this thought pop into my head there. We are looking into Diddy a little bit, but I also heard the words Underground Railroad pop into my head, and it came in quite loud. And I think that's why the Archangel Raphael wanted to come forward to work with Archangel Michael tonight, very clearly. It is very strong, and did he spirit people away? We've got the boogeyman shit. They were saying release the fears, release your fears. The reason why they were saying release your fears, he is the boogeyman. He was the boogeyman. And as I said in my little pop-up video earlier, because he was the boogeyman and he was found with weapons as well, allegedly speaking, he was the big I am. He had security around him. His security knew what was going on, without a doubt. But I say this as being Diddy. This is his security, and the security were frightened of him because they knew too much. But there was one member of that security detail who were working with the FBI, constantly working with the FBI. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about the light at the moment. It's this glorious sunshine. Hi, Sangeeta. So that card there is the FBI raid coming for the boogeyman. They had all the evidence long before the shit show was made public. Before we were all made aware and the shit show started to develop, they had all that evidence sewn up. He is basically in the black hole. That black hole is also, I see that as being that Underground Railroad. That's how he was getting those kids to and fro, and the adults backwards and forwards as well. He was part of that. He's also part of the bigger conspiracy, which I alluded to last night in Lady K's chat. If our chat is still up, please go along and see that. If it's not, you missed a corker of a chat between me, her, and Chico, Lady Chico there. Because I was getting some things spiritually within while I was chatting to them. And I did say, look, his mum is part of the black hole. And I said that again earlier on. And the black hole, the blonde hair, his mum often wears blonde wigs. She's splitting hairs over this because she knows what this person knows. This person wasn't part of the SWAT team that took him down in the shit show, but she will be mentioned in the case. What I can say is there will be some names that you will not think of that will be called up. Some people were going to come forward. Some people who's passed, some celebrities who's passed, who knew what was going on, and you'd think that, how can I put this? Some of them were great comedians. Some of them passed and their deaths were sudden. And were covered up with early onset dementia and conditions such as that. My tongue is getting tied now. One of which, allegedly speaking, which is coming forward very thick and it's hitting me right in the forehead here. Can you take this condition off me, please? Is Robin Williams. He was coming forward with this information. And he would have gotten the information out there a lot sooner. He said it was a bloody headache. But he would have gotten out there a lot sooner had this alleged dementia not kicked in. So a lot more will come out. He said the children of the industry are still not safe, especially not in the music and television industry. There needs some more chaperones with integrity. Their parents need to be their chaperones, not someone in the industry. Because their industry is where the rot is. The rot will not be dissipated until this case is fully opened Pandora's box that we can all view in. Right, thank you. He's gone back now. If I put it out a little bit more, it'll fully catch the sun. As I said, there we are. Because it's attached to the table where I'm on at the moment till I get things set up again. Sorry, I went into a full concentration mode there. There you are. Is that better? There we are. Okay. I'm just going to have to go a second because I've got to go and get Milo in because he's irritating me aunt next door. Just 2 minutes. Go and find your chew stick, rat bag. All right, I'm back. Hi, Lady K. Okay, I'm going to pull another 3 of these cards. Okay, Mother Earth. Okay, so there's a lot of bubble, toil and trouble around this case at the moment. And when this card comes out, yeah, it's normally a lot of sarcasm. But you can see the flames licking up around the cauldron. This means there are a lot of others Lady K, can you see his sausage in there? His little chipolata. So there's a few other little chipolatas in there as well, and a few of the Hershey's swirls. Milo was champion. He's just still a bit. He's still searching for me mum's dog Sangita that passed away, so it is hard for him because he's the only other furry companion that he's known. So we have the connection to Mother Earth. At this time, we all need to connect to Mother Earth. So Mother Earth is our Mother Earth. We need to connect to her. Touch grass, as people say. Sit down, touch grass, take 5. But these celebrities can't sit down, take 5 and touch grass because they're all terrified of who's going to be exposed next. And this is deep and meaningful because they've all been involved in the craft, the deep dark craft. And when you get involved in the deep dark craft, it does come back and bite you threefold, which is why we always start with a light prayer and fill ourselves with lightness. And at the end, I'll step us into our protective bubble again and give us some healing. Right. Fancy fat effer. Get healthy. This is a message for everybody. The world, his wife, and he's the man from Aunt and Uncle. It's telling us all to get fit and healthy. However, for some, they can't. Some, they're predisposed to this. Once he gets into Gen Pop, or Celebrity Gen Pop, where he will be housed with the other celebrity diddlers, he'll not be getting what he gets at the moment because he will be getting some a la carte food apparently. But now, as I say, we had that red tie is bothering me. Is this who would wear that red tie that he's hung around with? Because that red tied person. What's that red tie? Come on, show me the red tie. The man in the red tie. It's not his lawyer. Not his weasel of a lawyer. Possibly. There are links to England with the case. Because one of his members of his record label based in England was arrested for similar here quite early on. Now look at the Donald Pixie. Yeah. This is another person which allegedly speaking may, as much as I admire his tenacity, the bloke has got an orange face. Just saying here. Nothing concrete. The cards are not 100% true. They can't be, not all of the time. This person's quite ill. The Donald could also get dragged into this as well. No, she's involved in this as well. She's not getting off lightly. Because last night I had Epstein shouted at me. So this has got marks of this all over. Sorry. They're all linked. Believe it or not, his house in Florida they're all within a radius of each other. If you remember back to my earlier research and my earlier videos where I backed up, they all have tunnels underneath. As did Hugh Hefner. That man also wore red ties as well. And he started this S trafficking off, didn't he? With the bunny girls. So, this I would say is Diddy's mum in her younger years, the narcissistic nymph. She is still narcissistic. But what we found interesting yesterday was Diddy's daughters got on and walked out of that trial yesterday. So they are taking back their own power from their gran. They have taken a long, hard look in their mirror. Yeah. Those girls have now seen the light. After they've seen all of those videos, right? They've seen all of those videos. They are not happy. Think back to the man with the white umbrella that we used to see around with Diddy. He is allegedly FBI. Okay. Crow Tarot, I want you to develop a reading. I'm going to move those narcissistic cards out the way. I want you to give me some outcomes for Cassie. Because Cassie should not be... Yeah, Fonzworth Bentley or Fonzie. Cassie should not be in court, in my view. It's such... Yeah. How much has he been coerced into doing that, though, Lady of the Lake? How much has he been coerced? I don't believe that for one cotton picking minute. From the tip of the toes to the top of my head. Okay, Cassie Ventura. Can you add some protection around her and that baby of hers? As this case is going to be dragged on until she literally gives birth. And heaven forbid she doesn't go into labour in that courtroom. No bother, Lady Kay. It's always a pleasure to have you around me, sweetheart. Right, that one has jumped out, which is the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands is competition and diversity and disagreement. So there's been a lot of disagreements around her, which we know this is the case. The case, he disagrees with what he's done, although there's irrefutable evidence. A lot of irrefutable evidence. There's videos showing that he's beat the living snot out of her, dragged her around by the hair. Toxicology reports saying that he's rugged her. And she has seen many colours, basically. She could be called back. Although she's finished her testimony and she's being cross-examined, she could be called back. The stress could push her into early labour as well. So we've got the Hermit in reverse here. So the Hermit, as we all know, is usually where you go in on yourself. But this one has got her out there in the world. She's had to bring this out because she needs closure. Needs a lot of closure so she can move on. And she can't introspect. She can't look in on herself. And she can't really move forward until this is over. So once this case is over, we'll come back and look at these cards again for her. But she is in a lot of inner turmoil. And she may not go till Monday. She could go in labour tomorrow. Right. We have the King of Pentacles, which is in reverse. He's not going to get his own way. He's definitely not going to get his own way. Because he thought she was just going after him for his money and his resources. But she's knocked him off his pedestal. She's knocked him off his seat. Hi, Marlene. She's definitely knocked him off the pinnacle of his career. He's done and done and done and done. This is the fruit of her labour now. She will go in labour, but it won't be a mistrial, because that's what he wanted. He wanted to stress her into a mistrial, but it wouldn't go that way, because she's got the strength to oversee that. She's got the strength card, and she's got a lot of love, infinite love around her. So she's got the courage, of the fortitude, and our instincts are really strong. The Ten of Cups. So we've got the Ten of Cups here, family, happiness, and she's achieved her goals by getting into court early. And this lady is feeling fulfilled now. The Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is things are lifting. Things are lifting. So she's reflected through this court case. She's been able to retreat into herself, meditate, and she's recovering now. She is one brave soul. The Four of Cups. If you see, the Four of Cups is over the strength and over him. This is all to do with him. So, yeah, she's reflected, but this is in reverse. He is trying to manifest everything to go against her, but the strength card, which is Cassie, is not going to get over the strength. She's got a strong team around her. She's got a strong team, as well as the prosecution have got a hell of a case against him. He's going nowhere. because now we've got the Six of Cups in the upright. The Six of Cups is, yeah, things have passed. Nostalgia is nostalgia. What's in the past is staying in the past now. And the gifts he gave her are the gifts that he took back. Don't eat any sausages, because apparently Diddy only has a little chipolata according to the court documents. We had fun in Lady K's chat last night, I'll tell you that much. Right, we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, we have, she did have a lot of dreams in the past. She had nightmares. She had a lot of she knew there was choices to make, and there'd be difficult choices. But these choices, with these Ten of Pentacles that's crossing over, are really, she's gonna be, she's not done this for money. If anyone's saying this, she's, if, my lord, that's enough, baby. If anybody's saying she's done this for money, they can go away and hide now, because she hasn't. She's done this for peace of mind, to put things in a box and lock them down, and for after people have had their say and seen what he is like. The almighty diddler, they thought he was the best, he was the bee's knees, he did this, that and the other for them. He gave them the careers, but he also took it back off them. He fixed a band-aid over it, and then he ripped it off. But she's letting them see that she's already wealthy. She's made some wise investments in her life. And she's got the love of her life here now. She's got a child on the way. And she is so she's so on the right path now. And I wouldn't be surprised if they move. I can see a big move on the way, a move out of America for that family, because he can take his job anywhere, but they're going to move. And take a card from in the middle. The Two of Pentacles. They are balancing everything out. They are weighing up their options. They are off, basically. They're off out. They're off out of America. Maybe New Zealand. I could see them in New Zealand. The land of the mega fit, basically. I can see that in some beautiful land, beautiful landscape. So it could be between Australia and New Zealand. So New Zealand have a great, just like Australia, have a great education system as well. And I'm just going to leave that there. That was a brilliant read for Cassie. I'm going to let him back out, and I'm going to try and shut him up, because when it's sunny, he likes to be out the back. But my auntie thinks he's going to fall. their faces are too well known for them to assume new identities. Sorry, unfortunately, they'd still be recognised wherever they go because of their faces. It'll be 2 minutes. I'll just get him back in. Right, you are. He's back. Well, Keanu Reeves is often seen on the New York subway as well, isn't he? Would anyone else like a reading while I'm still here? Actually, I haven't read on Prince Whinyface for a while, have I? Would you like a reading, Sari? Is that what you're asking for? So you all want a 3-card read. Right, I'll put those ones away and I'll get the big ones out. Well, I'll bring the big guns out. The moon. Have we got a full moon coming up? Oh, the House of Lords. Oh, honestly, we've got so much going on in my area. Thanks to Piers Dharma. Yeah, I'm up for it. Thanks to Keir Starmer, we have a PDF file hostel being extended by 18 beds. People are thinking that the old university campus that's being sold is not going to be used for students anymore. It's going to be used Thank you, Sangeeta. Congratulations. Okay, sorry. Is the drama gonna stop soon around Celeste Estate? The lovely Celeste Estate. Okay. 6 of Cups. You know these cards don't read in reverse. They're not designed that way. Okay. There is going to be a period of transformation. Sorry. We've got the tower. So, the abrupt changes were, yeah, there's going to be some unexpected news for them, and they're not going to like it. And the sudden enlightenment is they're going to have an aha moment, sudden aha, that they're not going to like. And now, as you say, your hubby is in charge of the pennies. They're not going to like that any more than that the partner was in charge. For the simple reason is it's going to get a lot fairer. Now he's in charge of the whole estate. And what they thought they were going to get, they're not going to get everything. And they're in for a shock. They're in for a very, very big shock. Milo agrees. They need to think back and reminisce with this Six of Cups. They need to think back of what their sister wants. Not what they want, what Celeste wants. She was a human being. She loved them dearly. But at the end of the day, everything is done in accordance of what Celeste wants. And they need to abide by that. And if that person doesn't behave themselves, the one up in heaven that has all the power to judge, the one that gives life, he will soon take it. And the good Lord actually helped her make those decisions when she was alive. Sorry. He guided her to make, she asked for that help. And you can literally hear her asking, am I doing the right thing here? Am I making the right choices here? Because that person was actually going forward asking her when she was alive and at a lowest point, sometimes at a lowest point. And when he was thinking she was quite confused, he was going to her and demanding, I need it now, I need. So then she decided she was going to cut everything. That's why the new will was made. And she cut that person out of the will. And she saw your home as the sanctuary. Your home was her sanctuary. And that's why she chose to come back to you and Dad. Because she knew you would be the ones that she could count on to the end of our days. You would look after her and her pet. And you'd make sure that you'd carry out everything, every word, every wish to the last letter of our will. And she's always still around you, Sari. And she's happy with what you have done and what you are continuing to do to try and keep the peace. But she will keep guiding and loving you wherever you are. I'm going to just put another one over the top. There you are. She likes that he's a secure. He's a secure and he's being guided from above, as I said. And that's your last card. Yeah, she's going to continue coming through to you. She will not stop until that person actually passes. She adores our father. She is around him, giving him a lot of healing love. He will feel her around him more around midnight. She'll feel him around midnight. On not every night, but every other night. Sorry. He will feel her then. And Ted, whether Ted's told you or not, he will feel her. Yes, you shut up, mister. You can't go out because you're going to end up breaking them lovely long legs of yours. The way you skid around like a lunatic. Hey. That's enough. Hey, Jam. Told you I was coming back. It's just that things have been busy with Milo. Sorry if I've just blasted your ears off with the church and things like that. And health. They will not. Yeah. Right. I've got a before I go into the next reading. I've got a question for you. My lord, that's enough. If you had a relative who was an atheist and their last wishes were well known to family and friends for some 30 odd year, well, 40, 50 odd year even, that when they passed, they did not want to be buried, they did not want a service, they just wanted to go on their own, no funeral, and just want to be cremated. Would you carry out that wish as a family? Would you carry out that wish? Thank you. I know a person that the family have not carried out that wish. And I know, yes, he had diabetes onset dementia. However, that's what he passed of. Milo, baby, shh. But it was clear, there was a will. Because I've spoken to the niece in depth. And we've come to the thing that it is, and I know the guy himself very, very well. Know him better than his wife ever did because I've grown up around him. And even when he was in the army, he would not carry a Bible. So they did not carry out his last wishes. They gave him a service. We thought, oh, right, at least they're going to the crematorium. And they're giving him a send-off in the crematorium. he may just let them away with that from wherever he's gone. He hasn't. They didn't. They buried him on consecrated ground in the cemetery. So and they never told the rest of his maternal or paternal family. So, and they said they've been feeling things happening in the house. I says, yes, because you've got a restless spirit. And why have you got a restless spirit in your house? And now I know why they've got a restless spirit. Because they didn't carry out his wishes. And now they're asking for the help of the local priest, which will anger him further. Apparently they also had a wake as well. That guy hated parties. He was the most miserable sod ever. Well, my son's being told what he can do with me. He can send us away on one of those pure cremations, get me ashes back, and chuck us out to sea. Feed us to the fishes. That's all I want. Right. So who was next after Seri? Okay, Roy. Oh. Right. Some change coming your way. Some big changes, but you're going to have some sudden enlightenment. You're going to have your aha moment, Roy. Roy. And you're going to get some unexpected news. You off on your travels again, Roy? Or have I just upsied a secret? And I'm not allowed to give health issues out, Marlene. Yeah, changes are coming for the good. Because you have to join together with that Hierophant. So we have this came up for you before, Roy, I do believe. So you know where I'm going with this one. You listen to his instructions, you take them on board, and you learn from whatever this fella is saying to you. So he is very authoritarian, very traditional. Or is this the hubby or a lawyer around you? And you have a lot of luck coming your way, Roy. You have the Wheel of Fortune. So all in all, Roy, this is a good outcome for you. I'll pull a fourth one. Yep. Get that lottery on, Roy. There's some money coming your way. You have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles, as we know, is the money card, wealth and family matters, and wise investments. So make sure once you win that lottery, you invest wisely. Right. We were going to Pixie, our daughters. It is the Moon and Stars and the Lunar Moon decks. And somebody has just ripped his monkey apart. Yep, you're moving. They're both at a crossroads, Pixie. Have they been having crossed words, Pixie? So I feel they've been having crossed words with each other. They're very strong, independent women. And you feel as if you're stuck in the middle of them when they're having the crossed words. And you're just thinking, come on, get a grip and move on. You're adults now and you need to just move on and get on with it. They're going to actually resolve everything. You're going to feel a great feeling of satisfaction shortly, because those two, they're going to have that head knocking together moment, and they're going to be, the crossroads is going to part. They'll part ways for a little bit, but they'll come back and they'll think, Mum's right. We were wrong, and we need to work through our issues with each other. And one of them isn't eating properly as well, and that's what it is. The second one's picked up on this, and she's trying to coerce her into eating a lot more, but she can't, because she's feeling picked on and cornered. Okay? But you are such a diplomat, and you were feeling cornered by them as well, but you are the empress of your family, and you're feeling you're the all-seeing, all-powerful woman, and you're saying to them, look, I'm the ace here. I'm the most powerful, and I am your mother. Listen to me and not yourselves before I knock your heads together. Or I'll lock you out of my house and you can just have fight night in the front garden. beat the crap out of each other if that's what you want, but you'll all end up locked up. And I'll just stand there and say, look, take them all away. It's their problem. I've had enough of them. But sometimes people do need tough love. I'll just say, go bucket of cold water and say, yeah, the ice bucket challenge is back. There you are, there's yours. That might cool them down a bit, but things will sort out. Sometimes you've got to deal with it with a bit of humour. And if they saw you coming at them with a bucket of cold water, I think they'd sharp rein their horns in a bit. But things are going to change for them all and for you. Yeah, I can pick that up. I can see them. They're like three rams, button heads. And they're so similar in age as well. Because I can feel them just running. They're running together and just clashing their heads. And then eventually their horns all get stuck together and they're trying to pull apart, but they can't. And then you come in and you pull them apart and you give them a big kick up the backside. You're doing the best thing. You're doing the very best thing you can do. I'm glad I stuck at one. Right. Lady of the Lake. I think it was you next, wasn't it? You were asking what? Yeah, I picked up on that. That's why they were so like that. And it was, they were quite, and it's as if they all hit the cycles together, Pixie. Unfortunately, they all hit their cycle together, and that's when it's the worst. Me and my mum's younger sister, because we lived together, we were like that. They're so in sync with each other. It's unreal. And that's why they're like battering rams at each other. Just chuck a bucket of cold, just chuck them out in the back garden and throw. There you are. Just throw a bucket of cold water over them. Or turn the hose on them. That'll sort them out. It's like if my mum didn't have you, I'd have been all right. There'd be no wrong with me if my mum didn't have you. Yeah, I'll constantly bickering like that. Right, you're three. You feel as if you've been getting judged, lady, because you shouldn't. But you're hearing a call to move on to the next phase of your life. Because you're going to be getting, there's some big changes coming your way. You're going to have a bit of a spiritual awakening as well, Lady of the Lake. Um, so you're going to have a call to action. So, yes, you are going to have some big changes. And there is some movement as well. So with the Six of Swords, yes, there is. I would hazard a guess at saying, yeah, better times are definitely ahead, and there will be a change in your job. your job role. Um, things have been misfiring a bit while I've been away, and you have not been getting the support you need at work. Somebody's been deceiving you as well, and that's why you feel the need to move on. With your careful planning, you will be moving on. Mm. It's some, but your movement with this Five of Swords as well. You're going to win that dispute as well. The person that's been causing you the issues, something's going to happen to them. They're going to get the sack. Yeah, that person that's been causing the issues for you at work is going to get the sack. As you move on, they'll get the sack because people start seeing them for what they are and the bully they are. I can see that you're ready to go and you're ready to exit. That person will get the sack. You'll hear that they've been sacked. Then it'll come to a shock as a shock to others. But wow. I just need to put them up in the middle. There's your Two of Wands. Future plans, take control of your life and make that decision. So you've got to make that decisive decision right now because that was all about your job. So, yes, Lady of the Lake, time is now. Strike while the iron's hot. Okay, I want to do a little bit of a. I'll come back to personal readings Monday night. Okay, but I want to do one on the Ginger Ninja. I'm, I'm feeling I need to read on him. I think you know what I mean by the Ginger Ninja. Right. Harold of the Realm of Sussex. Okay. The Duke of Sussex. I know I usually keep away from these readings, but could you tell me tarot of the codex? What is going to happen to Harry, the Duke of Sussex? Is there another charity going to come out with some expose here? When's the next full moon? If you anyone before I show you this card, welcome, Lady of the Lake. You know, I really have missed you. It's like when I wasn't at church for about a week because of I was really poorly with the diverticulitis, and I really missed them as well. Just passed, right. Right, we have Harry as the hanged man here. So, and I believe he's been coming out as the hanged man with Northy as well. I have been watching that, yeah, now and again. Not a lot, and I do pop up in that chat, but there is some more issues to come out around Harry with his dabblances and dalliances in charitable work. Um, he is going to have to face a bit of a surrender, as this is not right. He's going to have to surrender some of his crap. He's going to have to hold his hands up and say, "Yes, I did it." But yes, his name was linked to the diddler, but it was only because he's been guilty by association. Um, Never attended the parties. It was just because Diddler went to the thing for his mum in 2007. As I said before, that was the only thing. And he was living off Harry's name. Oh, there's already some earth changes happening now. Right, if you look up the bushcraft guy, oh, I forgot what he's called. I used to watch him during the earthquakes and volcanic eruption. In can't remember where it was a few years ago. Um, it was there is some minor earthquakes happening around the Mediterranean area, which I did predict earlier on in the year. So they're already starting to happen. And the second one's just happened off Santorini. Harry is having a tower moment. So does that answer your question about Harry's Invictus Games is going to be forced to step down? He's not going to be asked to step down. He's going to be forced. His hand's going to be forced. That's in the upright. The King of Cups. So the King of Cups is what Harry thought he was. And he'll never be the king. Never ever. So the King of Cups is basically a professional, a family guy. We know of the rumours surrounding him. But this is in reverse. So we know he's not family orientated. And his ship's capsizing in this picture. We're in reverse. So as it's following on from the Tower card, Harry's life is about to get a hell of a lot more turbulent. He is in deep shizzle. There's big changes. The definite big changes are coming because the Emperor is here. This is King Charles. And the big changes here are him. I think King Charles is going to be, he's been doing a fine balancing act. However, this fine balancing act and this is just my interpretation, is as I'll show you there, the fine balancing act there. King Charles is now really sick, health wise and mentally, of his younger son. Because his younger son is now saying daddy is not his daddy, allegedly. So he's saying, well, if he's saying he's not my son, he can go and bugger off. I will be now cutting him out. The Queen of Wands is in reverse. Things things are definitely falling apart for him. As you can see, the hang is directly below the hangman. The two Leos and the Crow. This Queen of Wands is not very good for Harry at all, with it being in reverse. He is he's going to find himself with less and less and less to do, as he is definitely getting kicked out as Invictus. But there's going to be some justice. The balancing out of justice. He's going to end up in court. As his tower, as his world falls apart, he's going to be connected to a fraud case, which is why in the diagonal here, Daddy Dearest is going to start cutting him off. And the charge is being led by Camilla by the looks of things. But this could also be someone else coming out of the woodwork saying they have his child or children and they want money, as they are side by side. And it's not Megan, because there's the magician card as well in the upright. He's trying to manifest things off his dad, but he's not going to manifest. He's not skillful enough to manifest that. But there's someone around him manifesting, and we all know who that is. Meg the Manifester. She's trying to manifest money, but as you can see, we've got the Lancastrian roses, and we've got the Lancastrian and the Warren roses are Warren. So this is William and the King warring against each other. There's internal war. Yeah, it's the pair of them. There's the pair of them. They're both frauds, but she admitted being a fraud as well. So they are looking. There is major health issues as well. So this is definitely Harry, and this is definitely her, that side. The left is Harry, the right is her, and down the middle is both of them. So yeah, they're both going to be done for fraud. So we have there the Two of Cups. So the health and a broken heart, because they're constantly bickering. If you look at there, this is in the upright. So that is the health cipher. Broken heart. The cups, I'd say, are practically empty. They are bickering, standing on the cups. She's the lion, because she is the Leo. That's the fertility. That's somebody else on the outside. So there's the all-seeing eye, the Masonic eye. The Masonic eye is on him. That is the father. And there's the truth swims like oil. There's the fish. Their land is not as fertile as they thought it was. There is another eye just above her. There's somebody. Actually, I've just seen the other symbolism there. There's the Masonic triangle there. And there's the eye above, below it. That's King Charles. That is somebody else watching her directly, if you look. Here we are. There she is. The crow with the wings, the lion with the wings. And there she is being watched. Somebody has got their evil eye on her. He'll come back. She will not come back with him. Because she's fixated on those pretendy kids. There we are. We have the Page of Pentacles there. And the Page of Pentacles is in and around October, November time. Remembrance. So I would say that would be around the September. I'd actually go to September, around the Queen's passing. But I would also err on the side of caution there with that Page of Pentacles as well. Being something sad happening in the royal family as well. Then the non-existent kids, the truth will come out around October, November time, and I'm not sure which year, but that will come out. And no, before anyone asks, I don't watch Lady C much at all anymore now. I watch a little bit of River Now He's Back, but I'm tending not to believe a little bit of what he's saying because I think he is a bit more sensationalising things now. Right, we have the Ten of Swords, and it's right beside Manifestation Megan's side of the cards. So the Ten of Swords is in her back. Yes, he has. I'll be back in a second because we have Mouthy Milo. Yeah, then. Off you toddle. We have a Mouthy Milo tonight. She looks really ill as well. Right, so we have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is a final ending. New horizons. And basically it's the ending of the Empress. And that is directly above the Empress card. Directly on top of the Empress card. So heaven forbid anything happens. And as I said, September, October, maybe November. Yes, he is out to destroy her. But he was at the FA Cup final today. William was. Looking dashing in his suit. Oh. One last card for this lot. Six of Pentacles. They're fighting over the fish. It's a difficult balance, this card. As you can see. She loves to receive more than give. And this is her present. Megan loves material things. Material success. He won't be invited to William's coronation. William won't have him there as long as he's with the mule. And right, this is interesting. This I did say the last one was the last card, didn't I? The Six of Pentacles. Well, when Roa asked that last question, I just put my left hand on the cards and lifted this one up. This is the ending card. What do you all see there? The Four of Swords. It looks like Megan is on her way out. William and Harry will never, ever make up again. As long as he's with her. And William will never invite him to his coronation. Right, everyone, this is for yourselves before I go at night. This is the 6th card in the Naughty Oracle, and it's the Cat Chat card. But if you forget about that, right, and forget about that, it's asking you to connect with your psychic insights. So what we need you to do is to basically, there you are, I'm off for a spin, as Milo wants to go for a nap, is start with your meditations again. I need to go back through me databases and put them back up. But before we go up, off my logos again, before we go this evening, we will say a little prayer of closure to help us on our way. Thank you, the archangels, in particular Michael and Raphael, who have worked really closely with us this evening, protecting us and guiding us with their beautiful guiding lights. May they step back and let our guardian angels and spirit guides continue to support us through our psychic development and card reading journeys. May they assist us with our dreams as we start to interpret those in the coming weeks and coming months. As our channel starts to grow and redevelop on another pathway. as we learn to meditate and support one another in different ways. Blessed are the angels who walk among us each and every day, guiding us and keeping us safe from harm and keeping us on the pathway that we need to be. Amen. Amen. And everything in between. So mote it be and mote be it. Not as much as I've missed yous, but I've had to take the downtime. Had to do as I'm told. Because every time I've tried to reboot and come back on, I've been told, get to bed. I've been having a lot of really early nights. But as I say, the diverticulitis, before I got the diagnosis, was horrendous. And I'm not drinking as much fizzy pop as I used to be. So I think I'm down to 1 every 2 days now, instead of about 3 or 4 cans a day. So I'm getting there. Monday evening, I'll set it up for Monday evening, and you should get the alert. Right, so thank you for joining me and Noisy Boy tonight, and I will see you all on Monday evening. Take care.